All right, guys. Before I get to this video, be sure to like the video. It pushes us up in the algorithm. All right, guys. So the case study QB for this video, man. Like, if you Twitter, follow case study QB. This guy does the damn thing. Like, he finds these clips out of a he finds a diamond out of a rut. That's what they say. So, I came across this while I was looking for stuff to talk about. Um, yeah, like Trump- oh man, Trump is a bully. He is like he's threatening Egypt and Jordan to take in Palestinians. Like those countries can't handle 2 million people. I think what according to Mike, what he said, I think he said Jordan said he could take like 6,000 of them or something like that. Like like these countries ain't got the resources to handle millions of people. Like you forcing them, and both of their leaders said no. Like some of those leaders, man, like they said Palestinians should stay in their land. It's like that's like that's what when Canada try to take over the United States and Canada asks fucking UK to take in 330 million people. Like the fuck? Go. Anyway, man, let me play this video. Oh god. It's from MSDNC, so it should be interesting.
And while Trump was claiming that the U.S. would take Gaza, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned that if Hamas did not return Israeli hostages by Saturday at noon, the ceasefire would end and the military assault would resume until, quote, Hamas was finally defeated.
Now, about the ceasefire, Hamas is doing that end of the bargain on the ceasefire. Uh, they they they're releasing hostages as scheduled. It's just that Israel is blocking humanitarian aid coming into Gaza. Like that's why Hamas stopped releasing hostages. But this motherfucker, like, it's like like I knew the ceasefire was a first to begin with. I knew it was a facade, bro. It wasn't serious. It wasn't serious. Like it's still IDF around the perimeter of Gaza. So I kind of knew that. I like hoped to myself like I gave Trump too much credit at first, and I apologize for that. Like Trump don't get no credit because like you got a facade ceasefire while you letting Israel go rogue in the West Bank. So that's my fault. I admit fault. Like I gave Trump too much credit. I guess some folks like, damn, this motherfucker turned to a Trump simp. No, I ain't no Trump simp. I don't like Trump. So all right, guys. Uh, excuse the noise back there. That's Alexa going off.
The prospect of Palestinians being resettled is a non-starter for the countries in the region. After his meeting today with Trump, the Jordanian king, whose wife, Queen Rania, is a Palestinian refugee, tweeted that achieving a just peace on the basis of the two-state solution is the only way to ensure regional stability. A former deputy prime minister close to the Jordanian government told the BBC that we consider any attempt by Israel or others to push people out of their own houses in Gaza and the West Bank as a criminal act. But any attempt to
Man, his face right there, yeah, that's how all of us feel. Like we all of this world leader from this Jordan, ain't it? Jordan leader, world leader. Yeah, we all feel like him right now, man. Like yeah, like forcing us to take in people that we don't have the resources to take care of is just deeply it's preposterous. It's kind of like trying to fill a bucket full of water, like the bucket gonna overflow and the water gonna come out of the bucket because it's too full. It can't hold beyond its capacity. The fuck, man. Okay.
push those people into Jordan will be tantamount to a declaration of war. Late this afternoon, Egyptian state television reported that Egypt rejected any proposal to allocate Egyptian land to Gaza residents. Joining me now is Rula Jibril, journalist and Palestinian policy expert. Rula, it goes from bad to worse to clear violations of international law. Donald Trump is tripling down and saying that they will take Gaza under American authority, and he's still calling it a real estate development. What is the region saying? What are you hearing from your sources in Jordan and Egypt?
Well, the entire region actually convened Arab League summit, and they are rejecting it en masse because they understand that this is not a new idea, Joy. This is the same idea that the far right in Israel has been trying to impose on Palestinians for 75 years. Actually, we are here in this place because they never solved the issue of the 700,000 Palestinians who were ethnically cleansed in 1948. There was a United Nations resolution that was about the right of return, which is enshrined in international law. It's actually an international covenant of rights and political rights and civil rights. However, the international community gave Israel that exception. And today Israel is, and backed by the United States, is saying that the law is wrong, that presidential decree will change the law. It doesn't work like this. But also when Donald Trump used this, excuse that he will cut aid, he doesn't understand this aid is not charity. It's tied actually to peace accords and security accords for the United States and Israel itself. Maybe Donald Trump doesn't remember, but in April last year, it was thanks to Jordan and the Arabs that they stopped the drones and the missiles from Iran. If that security accord is null and void, then all hell can break loose.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Trump playing a dangerous game, man. To me, I'm gonna just say this, off the record, I really believe that, how you say this? When he said he'll cut aid to Egypt and Jordan, yeah, the aid is for humanitarian, keep peace. So by him cutting the aid, you potentially starting World War III, even though you're supposed to be anti, you're supposed to be anti-war. Oh God, bro. Again, if you're anti-war Trump, then why you didn't pull out of Afghanistan? Joe Biden did it, barely did it. But okay, continue.
He's right about this, but that means regional war, not only against Palestinians, but against 400 million people in the region.
Can you tell me, is in the region, do people believe that this idea that Donald Trump has of the U.S. owning Gaza, which seems insane, the idea that U.S. troops would have to be there, they're going to clear all the bombs and build developments. He claims there would be any military involved. Of course there would. You couldn't have the U.S. occupy Gaza without the military. Do people believe this idea came from Trump himself?
No.
Or is this an idea that is Netanyahu's far right supporters?
It was about when Trump said he said we're gonna take Gaza. And if you're in the military, somebody said if you're in the military and you see this and they want you to go to Gaza to take it over, please withdraw. Please leave the military with honor, dignity, morals. This is imperialism on steroids. Come on, fuck up out of here, bro.
Itamar Ben-Gvir
and Mr. Smotrich. Is it from them?
Yes, but not only. This is an idea that Kushner actually, I believe last spring was peddling about, the waterfront in Gaza, and he was talking about this. But this is an idea as old as the state of Israel. And this is an idea that, the founding fathers basically were fantasizing about, but they never had the legitimacy or validation from a United States president. And I think it's giving actually license for Smotrich to say on television that this idea will not stop against the Palestinians only in Gaza. He actually said that the West Bank, the occupied West Bank is next. This is, I think, what Donald Trump doesn't understand. The region actually offered to Israel in multiple occasions the Arab Peace Initiative in 2002, 2007, 2017, and 2024, September this year. They actually told Israel, we're willing to guarantee your security. We're willing to take on and reconstruct Gaza. We're willing actually to accept and normalize and embrace you in the region. And the first two countries actually that made a peace deal with The Israelis were Jordan and Egypt. So they're willing, all of them together, to accept Israel, normalize on one condition: end the military occupation and allow a Palestinian state. Israel rejected.
Yeah. Yeah. So those two countries, they basically said, hey, we want peace, bro. Stop all this killing, all the genocide, bro. Like, you know, you know, like like let Palestinians have their own state, which it should be a one state solution. Again, like if you can't be a radical leftist if you don't say Palestinians should have one state. Like I'm just saying, but at least, Jordan and Egypt are acting like normal, like a normal society, right? At least they trying to say like, hey, like let's stop all this all this shit. But Israel don't want to stop all this shit. They want, like, that's why they blocking military aid, which is violating the ceasefire agreement. Like, supporting the ceasefire agreement, like they supposed to like pull the troops away from Gaza, allow humanitarian aid in, release the hostages. They're not. But yeah. Oh, jeez.
This, but they were stunned, the Arabs, that Trump himself, who bragged about being, and campaigned on not wanting war, that he would dismiss that idea and would embrace the Kushner, Kahana, Smotrich, Ben-Gvir idea. They were stunned because they thought he was more pragmatic. I think they were wrong.
I mean, there is also this hostage deal that seems that it's probably going to end, that there will be a restarting of hostilities, maybe even as soon as this weekend. Do you have a sense on the Arab American side? Because there was a move toward Trump, as you said, thinking of him as the potential peacemaker here. That clearly is not only not the case, it's beyond not the case. He's not trying to make peace.
I mean, Netanyahu don't want to make peace. He don't want peace. Like, all this shit is intentional. Like, he want this ceasefire to end. He didn't want it to begin with. Yeah, he wanted this to end so he could continue to ethnically cleanse Gaza. And Trump won't. I think Netanyahu. He's a murderous dictator, so he don't give a fucking shit about lives. Like, Trump don't either. So yeah, like that's why Trump is egging on, Egypt, Jordan, take these Palestinians in, take them in. So, let me see.
He's claiming the U.S. would become the new occupier in the Middle East.
Look, Joy, I think we need also to have this conversation in an honest way. And I am one of the people who actually reached out to the Kamala, campaign, saying that she can stand and defend international law and the Leahy law America's Leahy law that was violated constantly by Israel. I think people especially the people who didn't vote, because the overwhelming majority didn't vote. But even if every Arab American voted, she would have lost the elections. The truth, this election was between oligarchs. It's a fight between oligarchs and multinational corporations. The oligarchs won, sadly. And I think we need to be clear about why did the Democrat decide to put Israel and not international law and not America's democracy on top of this? Regarding the ceasefire, I think it will collapse because Israel violated that ceasefire. But not only that, there's another issue. They were never going to go into the second phase, which means total withdrawal from Gaza and above all, basically giving the Palestinian a part.
Yeah, after I talked to Mondo Weebies about that, like they still like they were going to negotiate the second phase. So the second phase wasn't a guarantee from the beginning. Wow. And that showed me that even though Hamas probably didn't want that, they wanted peace. Like,
permanent ceasefire. Netanyahu never wanted that, and don't think Trump even agreed to that.
This is a mess in a very simple terms. Please come back, Rula, and as we see these developments continue. It doesn't seem like in a good way. Thank you, Rula Jibril. And up next.
Okay, guys. So, yeah. All right, guys. So, yeah, it is a mess, Joy.